This is James P. White from 95.7 Cruise FM, The Locker Room. Welcome to the Jedi Jimmy podcast. This is episode number 39, Andor, episode number 12. This was an amazing episode. It was the best episode of this series. Actually, this was probably one of the best episodes of all the series that have come out so far, dealing with Star Wars, including the Mando episode where Luke came to save the day. It was almost as good as the Obi-Wan Kenobi series where Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fought. This was an amazing episode. So excited. This ended amazing. The name of the episode, again, is Andor, episode number 12, Rick's Road. The episode does actually start with Dedra Meero arriving on Ferrix, preparing a trap for Andor. Now, the reference of the episode is called Rick's Road. It's actually a place on Ferrix where Clem Andor, Cassian's adopted father, was hung by the Empire during a rebellion, kind of a protest on Ferrix a number of years ago. Now they switched to Mon Mothma. Now, she made reference to Farron's gambling. So Farron, her husband, is in a lot of debt, and she talked about Canto Bight. It's a gambling planet that we actually see in Star Wars: The Last Jedi. It is the planet where they were doing all the gambling, like the races and all that kind of stuff. So that was a huge reference point. Now we see that Andor's on Ferrix, and he has a flashback of when he was a child and he was cleaning salvage with his father, Clem. And his father said, "There will be times when the struggle seems impossible." Now we jumped again to Andor. He's actually reading a clip from the manifesto that was written by Nemec in one of the first episodes. He was the guy that was actually killed in the escape from the rob of the payroll. He had the payroll kind of crush him on the ship, but he gave his rebel manifesto to Cassian, and here's the clip. "I know this already. Alone, unsure, and dwarfed. We are alone, unsure, dwarfed by the scale of the enemy. Remember, this freedom is a pure idea. It occurs spontaneously and without instruction. Random acts of insurrection occurs constantly throughout the galaxy. There are whole armies, battalions, that have no idea that they are already listed in the cause. Remember that the frontier of the rebellion is everywhere. Oh, and even the smallest acts of insurrection pushes our lines forward. And remember, this imperial need for control is so desperate because it is unnatural." So again, that was a bit of the speech. This episode of Andor has huge references of big speeches and trying to get this rebellion started. Now, everyone has a trap set up for Andor right now. The rebels, they're trying to kill him. The Empire, they're trying to kill him. The ISB, they're trying to kill him. They're all there waiting to ambush him at his mother's funeral. Now, the ISB make reference to the trap that they had set for Anto Krieger in previous episodes, and he was killed in the trap by the ISB. Now, Brasso, he's Cassian's best friend. He's spent a ton of time with Marva when she was dying, and she gave him a message to give to Andor. And the message was that she was proud of him and that the problems he's going through is not his fault, and he will be a force for good. That is huge. That kind of incited Cassian a bit, as well as it made him decide that he had to save Bix. He heard that the ISB had been torturing her and she was in prison, so he wanted to get her out. Next thing we see, Cyril Karn. See, all the pieces are coming together. He's on Ferrix, and he's watching he's watching everything, seeing what's going on, because he knows there's going to be a way he's going to be able to help. Luthen, Cinta, and Vel, they're all planning to kill Cassian, and the best way to ambush him is after the Empire catches him. They're going to kill him before he gets to the hotel, where the prison is for the Empire. Now, in Marva's goodbye speech, she incites the people of Ferrix to fight the Empire. She's like, we've been sleeping for too long. We need to stand up and fight. So a big riot happened. The people were attacking the Empire. They were attacking ISB. Even Deidre was being attacked. Like, people were dying on both sides. It was a huge riot. It was amazing. Now, also, like, the people of Ferrix, they were attacking the Imperial soldiers. They were attacking everyone. And Cassian during this time is actually going to, he saves Bix, and he tries to get her to a shuttle with the other people in his group, his friends, the robots, like his mom's droid, all of it. But in the fact that Deidre was being attacked and being actually beaten up by a lot of the villagers, Cyril actually ends up saving her and protecting her from the people. So he stood up on his end and protected her. So they're going to become, a pair in the next season. So his friends escape in another shuttle, but Cassian does actually stay on Ferrix for the time being. Now we flash to Mon Mothma. As it was predicted, she actually betrothed her daughter to Davos Skulden's son. So that's the end of that timeline there. And holy crap, this was huge. Andor actually turned himself into Luthen. When Luthen was trying to escape, Andor ended up on the planet, like in the ship, and said, either you can kill me or take me with you, and I will join the rebels, is basically what he was kind of saying. And it ended there. Huge cliffhanger. And we're not going to see this, probably the sequel to this, so season 2, till 2024. Because there's a lot more Star Wars stuff coming down the pipe. But yeah, this is probably, we're not going to see the conclusion to this for over a year. Now, my favorite quotes in episode 12. Remember, the Imperials need, the need for control is so desperate because it is unnatural. That again was from Nemec. It's manifesto. A quote from episode 11 was, it's for the greater good. That was Saw. Luthen says, call it what you will. Saw says, let's call it war. Cool clip from episode 11. Episode 10, I'd rather die taking them down than die giving them what they want. And that was used by Andor and later used by Kino Loy in his speech to incite the escape. Episode number 9. Cassian said, the less they think we know, the better. Episode 8 was actually a quote from Luthen, oppression breeds rebellion. Episode 7 was Mon Mothma. I show you the stone in my hand, you miss the knife at your throat. Episode 6, Vel, one path, one choice. We win or everybody dies. And episode 5, Skeen says, "The axe forgets, but the tree remembers." All great quotes. Now, my predictions that I believe that I've made throughout the series that I believe will still happen in season 2. 1, we could still see Lando Calrissian, a younger version of Han Solo or Chewbacca, since this is about 5 years after the Solo, a Star Wars movie. Agent Callus might still show up in the series because the next season is again the last 4 years leading up to the attack on the Death Star. I still believe that there will be a Jedi that might show up in the series. Hopefully, Kalen Merrick, codenamed Starkiller. He should show up. In episode 6, my prediction was that I feel that the Ghost and the Rebels will be involved. Because again, because it's taken place the last 4 years, and also we do make between now and the release of that series, we are going to see the Ahsoka Tano series, and the Ghost and some of the characters from it are going to be in that series as well. So now we jump to another. Mon Mothma will be officially announced the formation of the Rebel Alliance during season 2. K2SO will of course show up in season 2. That is the droid that Cassian reprograms. That's his buddy during the Rogue One series. And of course, in the next season, we will see a lot more dealing with Yavin 4. That is the base that they attacked the Death Star from in A New Hope. Now, I will see you this Saturday for a special Jedi Jimmy podcast where I'm actually going to break down the movie Willow, because my next week podcast will start dealing with the Willow series that comes to Disney+. I'm a huge fan of Willow, and I'm looking forward to that series big time. I do need to thank my sponsors. First and foremost, the Dean Blundell Network on deanblundell.com, and of course my buddy Army Chris, Fire for Effect Productions, that helped me get my podcast going, and I'm loving it, baby. I look forward to seeing you next time, and may the Force be with you, always.